It is Wednesday, January 26th in the NBA, and I'm back with my 3 best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's get into another recap from yesterday. Another profitable day, 3-2 overall, 12-5 of our last 6 days. Our best bet of the day, Bradley Beal over 33.5 PRAs. Cashes in the final couple minutes. Our best bet segment now on a 32-11 run since December 10th. That's almost like the run the Clippers went on. They came back from a 35-point deficit yesterday. Congrats, Wizards, for blowing that lead. Now, Nikola Jokic cashes over in PRAs. Fred VanVleet and Scotty Barnes are out. Doesn't matter. Raptors -3 cashes as well. Reggie Jackson, our added play of the day. Absolute flop of a game, and like I said, he was a starter, so the Clippers benched all their starters, didn't play a minute in the second half. And then D'Angelo Russell, well, of course, we have to lose one on the hook because that's what we've done. We've lost 4 plays. Like I said, 12-5 over the past 6 days. 4 of those 5 losses have been on the hook. He misses a free throw with 17 seconds left, which would have cashed his over. Either way, still a profitable day. Now, before we get into any more in this video, do want to recognize something. 2 years ago on this day, we tragically lost Kobe Bryant. He was one of the players that got me into the NBA. Probably wouldn't be making these videos without him. So if you're a diehard Kobe fan, you probably know exactly where you were when you found out the news. So it's a tough day for Vanessa and the whole Bryant family, but we want to dedicate this episode towards them, and we're going to have a brief moment of silence before we get going. All right, now back to some more upbeat things. Today is Darius Garland's birthday, so happy birthday to Garland, a member of the Call on Our Shot community. We love him here, but if you are new to the Call on Our Shot channel, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. We would really appreciate it, and we're trying to grind to 22,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for all the love you guys are showing. Also, drop a like, too. Now, my final couple notes. Number 1, our weekly live stream, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Definitely come out to show your love. We had 200 viewers the past 3 weeks. Maybe we can go to 300 this week. We would appreciate it. I'll be live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitter and on YouTube, so you can come and check it out. I'll be answering every single question you guys got for Wednesday's slate, and there's going to be a lot because we get 10 games on today. Now, number 2, I talked about the BetMGM promo yesterday in yesterday's video. I think it's a pretty cool one. There's more description things. There's more details in the description down below and on the screen, but definitely go check it out if you're interested. BetMGM, one of the books I normally frequent. And number 3, our weekly podcast is live at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so definitely check that out. Probably our best podcast to date. Logan and I talk about a couple of your guys' questions, talk about the NFL playoffs, and probably our best podcast to date, besides the one we had Ryan Mountcastle in. Either way, like I said, let's get it going, and let's waste no more time, and let's drop into my best bet segment. Like I said, 32-11 run since December 10th, and who are we rolling with? Drum roll, please. Chris Paul over 9.5 assists, -130 on Caesars. Now, CP3 having himself a season so far normally isn't a guy we bet on a ton. If we are going to bet on him, it's probably his assist line, and that's where we are today on the season, averaging 10.2 assists per game, and only 2.4 turnovers. One of the most efficient players in NBA history. But we look at the Suns today as they take on the Jazz, a team they just played a couple games ago. Suns are going to be without, deep breath, DeAndre Ayton, JaVale McGee, Jay Crowder, Cameron Payne, and I could list a bunch of other guys like Frank Kaminsky, Abdel Nader, a bunch of other guys, but we won't do those because those 4 main guys, Crowder, Ayton, Payne, and McGee, all guys that start in their normal rotation, all guys that are going to play good, meaningful minutes. Nope, they're out of here. Now on the Jazz side, they're down Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, so their defense won't be nearly as good as it might be. And we look at it, CP3. These games they just played a couple days ago. CP3, 13 assists in that game on 28 assist chances. His adjusted assists, which the NBA stats website gives you adjusted assists, meaning that like these are shots his teammates should have made, but maybe they missed a couple layups. That adjusted assist number was 16, so even he should have had more room to grow. Look at it, the Jazz have not played well on the defensive side without those guys, namely Rudy Gobert. And look, it's basically going to be CP3 and Devin Booker. That's going to be the whole Suns offense today. That's all they really can do. So maybe the Jazz focus a little bit more on those guys on the defensive side, leave some other guys open. I think CP3, we know he's one of the most willing and efficient passers in NBA history. He'll get the guys the ball. Now, the main thing here is DeAndre Ayton out, and CP3's had a great track record without DeAndre Ayton. He's actually a 10-plus assists in 7 straight games without Ayton, having 11-plus assists in 6 of those 7 games. So in case the line goes up to 10.5, or that's the line you have. Now, over the last 4 games without Ayton, CP3 averaged 13 assists per game on 23.3 potential assists. And we look at, like I said earlier, the last 3 games against the Jazz, he's had 13, 9, and 9 assists. So one of those games with 9 assists, he played just 21 minutes, so would have easily hit this over had he played his normal 35-ish minutes per game. Now, the Jazz, without Rudy Gobert, giving up 109 points per game in every single game this season. They're not a great defensive team without him. They won't be a great defensive team today either. If we look at it, the Suns will not have their backup point guard like Cameron Payne, so that can take away some CP3 minutes. Like I said, CP3 is going to have a big workload, played 40 minutes the last game. Suns, this game should be close. Vegas has the line set at Suns 4.5, over under 220.5. So I expect this game to be pretty close. And they're not getting to 220.5 points without 10 Chris Paul assists unless he's on an absolute scorcher knocking down threes. So I'll take it. I'll take CP3 over 9.5 assists as my best bet of the day. A little bit of juice, minus 130. I'm fine with that. Now let's move on to my spread pick. And we got one more player prop, then we'll talk about a couple other things. Spread pick of the day. Taking the Bucks, minus 4.5, minus 105 on DraftKings versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Look, you guys know I'm a big Cavs fan, and sure, it's Darius Garland, it's his birthday, and I love them. They're one of the most surprising teams, one of the most fun teams to watch in the NBA. The moral of the story here is the Cavs do not have enough scoring to keep up with the Bucks. Now, the over-under for this game, 217.5 points, and the Cavs will need to play Garland 45 minutes if they're going to hit that over because this team cannot score without him. Now, the Bucks should have Giannis back. He's probable today. Knowing our luck with spread picks, Giannis will get renounced out as the day goes on, but I don't expect it to happen. He is probable, and you look at it, the Bucks are pretty healthy there without Brook Lopez, who they've been missing all season long, without Wesley Matthews, and without suspended Grayson Allen. Now that means maybe a little bit more minutes for the big Ragu, Dante DiVincenzo, but still, the Cavaliers' offense has not been great, and they're missing one of their primary scorers in Lauri Markkanen. In 7 games this season without Markkanen, the last 7 games Markkanen has missed, Cavs have yet to break 100 points, and they're not winning this game or covering if they aren't breaking 100 points. Just don't see them getting it done. Now, Rajon Rondo, I think he's decent, but truthfully, he's had a great career. I just don't think he's that great of a basketball player. I don't think it really helps them. In the 4 games they've played with Rondo this season, they are 3-1 overall. They have yet to beat a good team. The only good team they played was the Warriors, and they lost by 13 points. Beating the Knicks, needing a fourth quarter comeback, beating the Kings, and beating the Blazers, not a whole lot impressive to me. The Bucks have owned the Cavaliers of late. They've won 8 of their last 9 matchups. All 8 of those wins by at least 8 points. And look, the one game that they lost, they didn't have any of their guys starting. It was earlier this season. They were without Giannis, I think Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. They rested everyone on that game, so not really going to take that one into factor. Now, Milwaukee has been a much better team on the road against the spread than they have been at home, and they win the games on the road and cover when they need to. They're 10-6 against the spread on the road as a road favorite, which they are today. Good for 5th in the NBA. And ultimately, I think their offense and shooting excels here, and I think they're going to be able to beat this Cavs team pretty easily. Hopefully, the game's close because we might add a Darius Garland prop later on today. But look, I'll take the Bucks minus 4.5. If you want another prop pick, I'd consider taking the Suns. I think, or spread pick, consider the Suns, but I'll just lay with the Bucks. Now, I got one more player prop for this video for you guys, but there are a couple other guys that have looked at their lines, and I don't have a line for them. As of this moment, 7:35 a.m. Right now, we have lines for 4 teams. Out of 10 games, 20 teams, we have lines for basically 4, maybe 4.5 teams if you want to count Royce O'Neal and Mike Conley being sufficient for the Jazz. We don't have a lot of lines, so I'll likely add at least 2 more plays as the day goes on, so we go up to 5 total. So just like we had yesterday. Final player prop of the video, though, Devin Booker over 34.5 points plus rebounds, minus 104 on FanDuel. Everyone has clicked off the video. All the people that hate betting on Devin Booker. And truthfully, I understand where you're coming from. Just allow me to explain. Now, I'm doing points plus rebounds for a couple different reasons because I like the edge on the rebounds that we got. Now, I don't mind his over in rebounds per usual, but I think we have a better edge in terms of the points. But look, the reason here is Ayton and Jay Crowder, the main 2 starters for the Suns starting lineup. Those are the 2 guys that namely handle a lot of the rebounds. So those guys are out. Now, obviously, if you look at Booker, he's going to have to step up the rebounding game. In Booker's last 6 games without Jay Crowder, he's had 6+ rebounds in all of them and 7+ rebounds in 5 of those 6 games. So he should be able to get more rebounds today, which is why I think we have a little bit of edge because I think we could see him get 7 to 10 rebounds, and then we're asking for 25 to 27 points from Booker as opposed to the 29 points you would need from his regular line at 28.5. Either way, I think he gets the points regardless. I think he scores at least 30 points today. Now, I didn't take his PRA line because this guy ain't passing. So just take his points plus rebounds if you have it. This is my rank. I take points plus rebounds, points, and then if you have to, I'd probably take rebounds first, and then I would go to PRAs because that guy like 3 assist chances in the last game. Now we'll look at it last game when they played the Jazz. Today's matchup, Booker 13 rebound chances. Like I said, cashed 7 of them. And look, Bismack had 19, the most on the team. JaVale McGee, who's inactive today, had 15. So moral of the story, the Suns do not have a lot of depth right now, and I think they're going to need Booker to play a big-time role, and I think he'll get a couple more rebounds than anticipated. Probably try to disguise him on the defensive end because he's going to have to carry such a load on the offensive side. Now, like we said, Booker will be starting with Bismack Biyombo, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, CP3, all guys that really don't necessarily, Bismack not creating his own shot. Mikal Bridges not creating his own shot really, more like just shooting whenever he gets the ball in the corner three. Then you look at Cam Johnson, the guy that likes to stand on the perimeter. He will drive when needed, but will normally facilitate much offense. And then CP3, who will be aggressive when needed, but wants to pass the ball more than anything and get his teammates open. So it's going to be Booker, and you've seen that over the last 4 games. 33, 35, or 25, 23, and 35 shot attempts. Look, he's averaged 29 shot attempts over the last 4 games, and if we're going to get that kind of volume, I'll live with the result of this one. Any NBA player with that much volume should be able to hit this over. Now, look, Booker didn't shoot well the last game against this Jazz team. 14 for 35, 40% from the three, 3 for 13, 23% from 3, only 2 for 3 from the free throw line, and he scored 33 points, hitting this over with 40 points plus rebounds. Look, he has not made a lot of threes as of late. Actually in a big slump. 4 for 27 from the 3-point line, 14.8% these last 4 games. Is that bad? Well, it's not good, but the sheer volume should carry him over. Helps they're also on ESPN. We know Devin Booker has a track record of saying the Suns don't get enough love on nationally televised games. Well, here you are on ESPN. Booker has a great track record versus the Jazz with 33, 31, and 35 points his last 3 matchups. That's why I really like the points line today. Just taking the rebounds because I think we got a good edge there. Look, in the games that Booker has attempted 23 or more field goal attempts, which, like I said, done it in 4 straight games, and he's done averaged 29 attempts these last 4. In those games where he's attempted 23 or more shots, he scored 30 plus points in 8 of the 12 games. Now, I did points plus rebounds ultimately because I think the line comes down to him being able to hit his over in points, and I think he gets adds in 7 to 10 rebounds today because I feel like there's a slight edge there. I feel like there's a better likelihood of him grabbing 7 to 10 rebounds than there is him grabbing 2 to 4. Either way, I think he gets his over in all of these categories. Either way, we're taking with Devin Booker over 34.5 points plus rebounds. In the last, on the season, 11 players have attempted 23 or more shots against this Jazz team. 8 of them have scored 30 plus points, and 9 of them have hit this over that Devin Booker we're looking at today. I think Devin Booker and all of those guys have been guards or small forwards. So I'm not talking about Devin Booker. I like him today, and I think he hits his over 34.5 points plus rebounds. Now, let's talk about a couple other guys. I'll put them all up on the screen on the left, and we'll just talk about them for about 10 seconds each. Darius Garland, the birthday man, looking at a double-double for him. Had 17 assist chances last game, had 12 assists. Maybe a points plus assist line. We'll see about that, but I do think the Cavs lose. We'll be monitoring to see if Jared Allen is back today. Now, Nikola Jokic, you'd think, he just cashed for us yesterday on a back-to-back. Maybe that's worse. Well, his numbers actually get better on back-to-backs. In his last 5 back-to-backs this season, he's had 54, 55, 45, 57, and 52 PRAs. Pretty decent matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. We'll see exactly how we feel about his line if we ever get it. Maybe even rest today. Maybe he doesn't want to play. But next one, Ja Morant. We obviously been cashing Ja Morant's lines the past couple days. And look, this comes down to how aggressive of a Ja Morant we get. The Grizzlies will get Desmond Bane back today, but they'll still be without Dillon Brooks, Kyle Anderson, and his backup Tyus Jones. In games against the Spurs for Ja Morant where he's attempted 15 or more shots, he's going to hit the PRA line and over in all of them. I don't know what line we got, but he's had 43 plus PRAs in all 4 career games where he's attempted at least 15 shots against his San Antonio Spurs team. Expect him to be aggressive today. Trae Young over an assist, taking on the Kings. That's enough of a reason for me. Honestly, the Kings are terrible at defense, just lost by 50 points. And then Caris LeVert or Domantas Sabonis. Not sure if Sabonis plays today. Caris LeVert should have a pretty good game against the Hornets. Both have a good track record against them, but we'll see exactly how we feel. So those are my 3 official plays. We'll add 2 official plays down below. Definitely come back and check it out. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on all the social medias down below. Podcast live 10 a.m. Eastern time. Definitely check it out. I'll put it on the screen once it is live. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Ooh, this is a long video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'll also see you on the live stream, 6 p.m. Eastern time. See you guys then. Peace.